Imagine a world before endless scrolling. You wandered the aisles, picked up tapes, read the back covers. Every choice felt like an adventure. A world where the sound of static was the soundtrack to discovery, and every movie rental was an invitation to a night of magic, connection, and wonder.
Imagine the perfect video store. It would have a great selection, right? Right! Over 10,000 videos. 3 evening rentals, so no rush, no hassle. Fast checkout. 24-hour quick drop return. Open late every night.
I like to rent happy movies and have a happy time.
There was a time in the not-so-distant past where choosing a movie was an event, a ritual.
And this film is due back on Saturday before midnight. That's right.
It was a time where you had to step outside, venture into the world, interact, and be present. But like so many places like it, it faded away.
Blockbuster today announced it's closing its remaining 300 video stores.
Goodbye to Blockbuster.
Blockbuster Video has more movies than anyone in the world.
In today's world, stores like Blockbuster have basically become obsolete. In the rush for convenience, the magic of human connection is slipping away. We have everything at our fingertips: information, food, products, even dating. People don't need to step outside anymore and meet anyone. We can do everything from the comfort of our homes, our couches, on our phones. We don't even have to get out of the bed anymore. And I think that's kind of a problem. Today's world, while it has so many great technological wonders, we've lost something. We've lost something that made us human. And it's starting to bother me. And today I want to explore that, the loss of third places, and what the loss of a store like Blockbuster really truly means. So, let's get into it.
It's another beautiful day in the modern world where everything is faster, louder, and lonelier.
1 in 3 Americans said they felt lonely at least once a week over the past year.
In today's hyper-connected world, human interaction has never been more convenient or more optional. With the tap of a screen, you can order food.
Next time you order from Uber Eats, you may have your food delivered by a robot.
Stream endless entertainment and even find love without ever leaving your home. Meanwhile, shopping malls, arcades, diners, and bookstores, places where people once gathered, continue their steady decline.
There are roughly 400 abandoned, closed shopping malls in the U.S., with hundreds more expected to close in coming years.
The world outside still exists, but fewer and fewer people bother to visit it. While we're busy collecting likes and shares, real conversations are slipping away into the digital ether. And finally, your phone, which now doubles as your best friend, life coach, and emotional support rectangle, is always within arm's reach. It buzzes with love, judgment, and perfectly targeted ads that know your cravings before you do. Feeling overwhelmed? Just open your favorite app, where an endless scroll of distractions awaits, numbing your existential anxieties one dopamine hit at a time. Inner peace is overrated. Just keep swiping. We'll be right back after this ad for a product you'll never buy, but we'll hear about 37 more times today. Now back to you in the studio.
There was a time when you actually had to leave your house to rent a movie. Yes, I know, to all my Gen Z viewers, that sounds insane, but this was a reality for many. You'd walk into a Blockbuster, browse the aisles, argue with a stranger over the last copy of Shrek 2, get in a violent fist fight. It was a beautiful experience. So, what actually happened? In the early 2000s, there was a big shift to digital. Netflix came on the scene and became Blockbuster's biggest competitor, shipping movies right to your home.
It's easy.
The world began to digitize. DVD replaced VHS. Netflix started shipping movies straight to your doorstep. Then they stopped shipping anything at all and went all online. Then came smartphones, Amazon, Uber Eats. Everything was available at the click of a button. You did not need to go anywhere to get anything anymore. Made life very convenient and a little too easy. The physical world started to shrink. Shopping malls, ghost towns. Video stores, gone. Cafes and diners replaced with delivery apps and drive-thrus. Nothing was the same. Even though convenience won, we lost the little things, the casual encounter with strangers, meeting new people, running into old friends, just getting out into the world. Bit by bit, we stopped gathering, and the places we gathered at started to disappear. There was no grand announcement, it really just sort of faded away. And here we are, in a world more connected than ever, but also oddly feels more isolated. This wasn't just about businesses closing. This is about something much bigger. There's a concept called the third place. First place is your home, where you live, where you dwell, where you do your thing, where you get freaky, where you do whatever you want. Second is work, where you go to make the money to afford your home, where you can do your freaky shit. And the third place is sort of a communal meeting ground. You know, a mall, an arcade, a library, the drive-in movie theater. A lot of places that people don't go as often anymore. When third places started to decline, we lost more than just stores and places. We lost memories, we lost rituals, we lost places where we can come together and share ideas and build communities. And I think that's created a lot of rifts in our society. We're way more divided than we used to be, way more isolated. We don't connect anymore. Things are all just in the home and just from a screen, and it's created such a really weird world. Today, everything is on demand, it's tailored, it's filtered, it's made for your convenience, it's made to pop. It just doesn't feel as authentic anymore. And that's just a real shame. There's just these little experiences people used to have that are just kind of lost in the chase for convenience. These big corporations have sort of taken over our spaces and seen them how they can maximize them for profit as best as they can. And I don't think that's for the betterment of society. The Friday night run to Blockbuster, the long walk through the mall with your friends, the Friday night at a cafe just talking endlessly and having good laughs. The conversations in coffee shops that turned into hours. We lost places that didn't demand anything of us, where there wasn't a subscription service, where not everything was tailored by an algorithm. We just lost that authenticity. We lost the in-between moments, the casual encounters, the overhearing a person's recommendation, stumbling across a movie you never would have heard of and reading the box. Those little moments made them memories. We lost a little bit of community, we lost a little bit of wonder, and we lost each other. The world changed. Blockbuster didn't just go out of business, it got left behind by a world that chose convenience over connection. Third places didn't all die at once. They faded slowly, while we were ordering, clicking, and sharing. At first it felt like progress. Why go out and buy something when you can have it delivered to your doorstep? Why go meet your friend at a diner when you can text them? Big corporations gave us convenience, and in return, we gave up shared communal spaces. The places where nothing had to happen, where you could just be, hang out with your friends, and have a laugh. The cafes, the bookstores, the arcades, the malls, all those places just slowly started to disappear. Technology filled the gaps with digital replacements. Community became the comment section. Conversation became content. Meanwhile, the cost of physical places started to rise. Malls and mom-and-pop stores just couldn't afford these spaces anymore. Inflation changed everything. The economy wasn't the same, and a lot of these places just couldn't survive. Diners disappeared, malls disappeared, and neighborhoods weren't really noticing because our phones were getting better. Culturally, something started to shift too. We became obsessed with productivity. Why hang out just to hang out when you could be getting work done? Hustle culture really took over. The pandemic sealed the deal. Third places became obsolete. You weren't even allowed to go to them anymore. This was just a really bad time for everyone because isolation became the norm. So no, third places didn't collapse overnight. We kinda let them go. We stopped showing up in place of convenience. And with that, we lost big parts of our community and our livelihoods. We can't go back to the 90s, but we can choose something different. You can put down the phone, the Netflix, the whatever you're on, and go outside.
I'm going back downtown and I'm sitting on the counter at Blockbuster because I can, and I never will be able to do this again.
Have a conversation with a stranger, meet someone new, do something cool and exciting, go experience something because the world is not gonna happen from your phone. It's just not. And it's the isolation that comes with it is just not worth it. Because when people show up for each other, we bring back something bigger than Blockbuster ever could have been. We bring back us, we bring back community. Because without that, we don't really have anything. And I think on that note, I'm gonna get up and go out into the world, get away from my screens, and try to meet someone new today. Because that sounds pretty awesome. And maybe I'll rent a DVD in the process. So anyways, I'm gonna sign off. I hope you liked this video. Do the old like and subscribe thing. And I will see you next time as we go on more adventures and more journeys. So have a great day and get outside. I mean it. Get outside.
Well, the perfect video store
Welcome to Blockbuster Video.
is popping up all over the country. There's one near you.